Countries and corporations around the world are quickly developing ways to reach the lunar surface faster and cheaper than ever before, which means the race to colonize the moon has likely already begun. Joining me now for this month's edition of Future Friday is futurist Nikolas Badminton. Nick, thank you so much for being here.
It's good to be here.
So Canada is playing in this world as well, or out of this world.
Yeah.
We promised $1.8 billion to help build a lunar base. The Russians say they want to be there by 2040. And with the attempted landing of a spacecraft launched by Israel yesterday, private companies also in the mix. Why is there so much interest to go back to a place we haven't been in so many years?
Yeah, it's about a commercial opportunity. So if we can get to the moon, we can start mining the moon and using the resources. Plus, we can use that as a base to go even further into space, whether that's Mars or even interstellar travel.
Well, with space colonies come space jobs. And you say there's a few positions that don't exist today that are going to be commonplace in the future.
Yeah, so lunar engineers and lunar scientists, they're going to be the people that create that world. But terraformers, people that go there to create habitats. And then we could even have, lunar chefs that cook food for us, and even citizen astronauts, so normal people, educating kids that are born on the moon and whatever.
What can we expect life to be like? Let's say the Russians get there right after the Americans. We've got competing moon colonies in 2040. What's life going to be like for the people who are up there?
Yeah, it's going to be very lonely and isolated, and it's going to be close-knit communities. You're going to have very mentally stable people living together. Yeah. But yeah, it's going to be enclosed spaces, and it's going to be very, very tough mentally and physically.
At any point, are we going to hit a point where what the private enterprises want to do sort of runs afoul of what the government says can be done in space?
Yeah, I think we're already at that point.
Yeah.
And we're already seeing government relying on people like SpaceX, and we've just had the lunar lander that unfortunately crashed from Israel as well. But, private enterprise is going to push boundaries further forward. It's going to have more money, and it's going to be able to do more amazing things.
And we always want these astronauts to be safe and healthy, because we also know the impact, the step back everything takes if there ever is an accident.
Yeah, you don't fire into space with any element of risk, so that's why it's so expensive. You have to test every scenario out. But yeah, we're going to get to the point where it's going to become commonplace to fire people up into the lunar colonies.
What would we be mining on the moon? What's underneath that surface that we would want?
Well, we haven't really fully understood what's there, but we can look at like helium-2 and different kinds of elements that could be incredibly valuable on Earth that are quite scarce. So yeah, I mean, we can look at that, rare earth metals and the such like.
Nick Badminton, thank you so much. Looking forward to talking to you again soon.
Yeah.